I want to believe that a belief system, Christianity or Judaism, or the ones I'm familiar with, even the Olympics and some of the Eastern philosophy and ideas, the Buddhists and so forth. I want to believe that the animal is on this planet for that purpose alone. It would make a lot more sense. Why so many people are convinced that's the way to live. But in my observation with my health, my ideas, my attitude, my happiness in my life, I can't accept that any longer. It's not acceptable. Physically, athletically, and so forth, I recover so much greater, so much faster by not consuming. Sometimes consuming less plant-based matter, that's fine. But I also don't agree with that. I don't agree with those that believe in a magical reversal or restoration of their health by consuming something else. Now, in transition, I do agree with that. I've experienced that. It's very challenging to go from eating meat or a standard American diet to fasting, or to eating less, or to go straight raw vegan. There's a release of what I think is toxicity from the cells, the tissues, and so forth, and an imbalance, a great imbalance. So the shift is very, very traumatic, I think, and I think many times people will go into the hospitals and so forth. But I challenge this notion, the idea of nutrition. Even nutritionists, modern day wonderful pioneers in nutrition, who mean the absolute best, I believe they do. Why do we focus so much on nutrition and yet focus so little on detoxification, or toxicity for that matter? The level of toxicity in the consumption, why has that not been addressed? What the body goes through, what your body can absorb. I mean, whose idea is nutrition? Who benefits from that? To think that the human body, the human condition, is not amazing. It's a challenging thought. Do we need to eat to live? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I don't think anyone I ever met has ever eaten because they needed to eat. I usually hear that they love their this, they love their that. They need protein, they say. They need B12 or iron for certain things. Here's another question. Why is someone who has very little capacity or appreciation for dietetic values, interests, and yet their interest is solely based on synthetic pharmaceuticals and so forth? How is it that a doctor who has very little knowledge, and admitted too, on nutrition and toxicity and its effects on the human body, could recommend to eat anything, to consume any food product? I don't understand that. Or even medicine for that matter. If we understand and accept that certain foods can have an effect on our bodies chemically, just imagine that what you put into your body can chemically alter your body. So much so that your behavior changes, your state of health changes. Well, why is it that we can accept putting a poisonous material inside our body, and yet we can't accept putting a material in our body that is plant-based, that it's, I don't want to use the word divinity, divine, and so forth, but it's natural. Not everything that is natural is good for you. I don't need to hear healers and goddesses and these super activators, or whatever you want to call yourself, selling me the latest lotion and pills and vitamins and or herbs or whatever it is. I can't buy that. I don't exist to appease that mentality or to complicate it. I think things should not be so complicated. And I don't buy that. I think it's dependence. It's a drug. It's another drug addiction. Instead, just put that stuff aside. See if you can live without it. And if you can live without certain substances, that alone proves that you never needed it.